There's not enough O's in the word smooth to describe this horse.
Pretty well documented that he was pretty small and he was pretty insignificant, really. He didn't look like a good horse.
I always joke with people that it sort of took me 5 years to work out how to drive him, but it probably did take me a while, not quite that long, but yeah, he was...
4, probably.
He was...
Well, he was unbeaten in any heat in the Dominion Championship, so he got on good in all the heats, and then, you know, Wednesday morning we got him out of the box, and some people came to, a busload of people came to have a look at him, and I noticed he was a bit lethargic. I didn't say anything to them, and they said, "Oh, gee, he's really quiet," and I thought, yeah, he's a little bit too quiet for me, and had his temperature taken. It was, you know, through the roof, 38, 39 sort of thing, and he was, you know, he wasn't well. That was the night of the trotting ball that night, so we went there, and when it was finished, I rushed home to him and went down and had a look, and he'd licked his bin and his temperature was back to normal and he was fine. So still left a little bit of, you know, worry in our mind as to how he would go in the final on the Friday, but as he was a champion, he overcame these sort of things.
I know the race back to front now after seeing it so many times and things like that, and it's, yeah, there's certain stages in the race that still give me goosebumps.
Junior, he has been absolutely spectacular in the heats. Can he match it with a glorious crowning glory here in the final?
This is probably the worst part as a driver. This, like, just all like the lead up to it, the warm up, and then that last bit of the score up where you're just questioning everything you're thinking. And I just try and clear my head and just, you know, just don't try and make any plans till the green light goes on. And you really need to just try and shake it off. But it's the worst part of the whole build up and everything. This final 100 metres of the score up, I think.
Green light goes on. Mr. Feelgood from the inside got away beautifully.
I don't know why he was worried about the start and what he was going to do, because he just, all he did was go back to last and wait till the top, you know, 2 furlongs and pulled out and won the race. It's just a good training effort, I reckon.
Max Smoking Up is being urged along, is going forward on the outside. Mr. Feelgood hunts up on the inside of Smoking Up.
Just here, everything sort of had fallen into place to how we thought it would. Quinny was a little keen, like he always is out the gate, and obviously you see there I took him wider on the bend to try and just get him back to last, where we pretty much figured we were always going to be. So at this stage everything had sort of gone to plan, and yeah, all I was hoping at this stage was kick up, don't let Smoking Up lead, because that was going to throw all my plans out the window.
It's a war going into that first turn. He's galloped. Smoking Up has galloped. Unbelievable. Mr. Feelgood is the leader. A roar from the crowd as Smoking Up is putting himself well out of play.
That crowd roaring when Smoking Up galloped was unbelievable. I heard that. It was, and you know, I probably heard the roar before I'd actually seen him gallop, and when I looked up I seen him galloping, and probably for the next 200 or 300 metres I was sitting there with a big smile on my face, like, yes, that's one of the big chances out of it. And I had to actually, you know, pull myself back into line and say, hang on, like, that's not it, the race isn't over, you still got to win it. These parts when you're driving Quinny are just like almost boring in a way. They're not like, you just got to try and keep yourself in the right frame of mind. You know you can't move, you know you can't do anything. You sort of, if anything, you're just hoping for some action.
The crowd goes ballistic at the post. 1 lap to go.
This is the first mistake I made, maybe the only one. Yeah, Smoking Up took off, and my head said you can't follow him because, you know, what had happened earlier. And this is the only part of the race I cringed when I watched the replay. I sort of tried to skip through it because I think I could have lost the race here. I feel like, I haven't said this really to anyone, I don't think, but had Colin Brown moved off the fence and taken my position, it potentially could have ended the race, or my winning chances anyways. Luckily I realised quickly and changed back.
When Smoking Up went and Junior followed him, I, you know, reached for the Valium again, I suppose. Yeah, and then in the back I was waiting for Junior to go, and I was starting to get real agitated.
Im Themightyquinn goes past Smoking Up, he's gone. Hall is yet to make his move.
I hadn't gone for 2 reasons. One, I just didn't want to lose the race by going too early on him. I just trusted his speed at Gloucester Park, that last bend. Like, even though there was only one bend to go, I knew Quinny could accelerate around bends so well. He's one of the only horses I've ever driven that could make ground 3 and 4 wide on that bend.
And here comes Im Themightyquinn with a dazzling turn of speed. Around the turn they come. Im Themightyquinn, 5 deep, letting go, has raced up to Mr. Magical Mac. Back behind the Auckland Reactor, Crombie.
I wanted to try and get back down closer to the rail. I knew, let Quinny know that he wasn't quite there yet and keep him in the fight sort of thing. And yeah, there's probably a little stage where I know I'd hit top speed and I wasn't quite there yet and wasn't getting past Magical Mac, and there was a little bit of doubt for just a few strides.
Mr. Magical Mac, Im Themightyquinn, Mr. Magical Mac, Im Themightyquinn, Im Themightyquinn takes the lead. Im Themightyquinn, there's not enough O's in the word smooth to describe this horse.
Because of what had happened in New Zealand and the way he'd won it, it was bittersweet and it didn't really feel like we'd won, but I thought, geez, coming home to Perth and winning at your hometown would be something that would, you'd forget about everything that happened over there, and that would really be the icing on the cake, and hence why I nearly fell out of the cart doing my salute on the line. I seen a few horses in front of me swerve almost, and then I thought, some lunatic's run onto the track, and then realised it was him.
I don't think there was many people barracking for any other horse in the race, to tell you the truth, and probably that's why he was supported so much. I think all the locals just stuck with him. Every West Australian thought that they owned the Mighty Quinn. I think, he was always the people's horse, I think.
This one was probably the one that etched in my memory the most. The New Zealand one, well, it was only ever going to be your name down on the history books as a winner. You didn't get to feel any of the feelings on the night and things like that. So, to come back and do it in Perth was probably worked out perfectly, really.
Oh, it's probably the best. It's probably the number one thing that on the night, the excitement and the whole lot. The mixed emotions, the horse being not off on the Wednesday and then coming good and actually winning the race, and especially following after the Inter-Dominions in New Zealand where we ran second, really. And it was just fantastic.
The last bend up here goes past his paddock and he's often on the fence line there. Yeah, I do yell out to him. He knows his name. Obviously he's been called it a lot, and just yell out Quinny to him, and he'll always put his head up and prick his ears and have a look at what's going on. And
my worry is that he's going to get ill and sick, but now the way I'm feeling, I'm worried that he's going to outlive me. He's looking that good.
Im Themightyquinn, there's not enough O's in the word smooth to describe this horse. Im Themightyquinn and Gary